Hi guys, this is Amazing for Bytesized Hosting, and today I want to give you a quick tour of what you can expect when you order a Bytesized account and how you can get started quickly using VNC, Deluxe and FileZilla. So let's get started. I'll begin with registering a new account. Should be fast enough. I'm selecting the lunchbox plan and the lunch. Okay, this brings you to the dashboard, as we like to call it. It gives you a quick overview of some of our main parts. You can see that your box is pending. You can see that you have a balance of 1350 in the minus. And to get your box to be released, you need to pay some money. Normally you do this at the finance tab. Here you can start a transaction with PayPal, and I'm not gonna do that now. I'm gonna cheat a little and I'm gonna deploy my account, although it's not paid. Don't expect me to do the same for you, just saying. And I'll deploy it to Demeter. Okay, in the meantime, let me run through the quick items here. It begins with a helpful links list. This has some shortcuts to connect to our IRC support channel, to the Bytesize top 10, the most useful members we have, some news items, and in the meantime, let's see, my box got released yet. Okay, so I've got my lunchbox. It's set up on Demeter, and if I click through here, I'll get the details for my box. I'm gonna run over this quickly. You can see there are some details here, mainly the login, which is the same as your username you use to log into the server. The web UI port, that's the port that your client is running on. I'll open that in the news tab. The daemon port, which is used later for setting up the lodge locally. We've got the application password, which is the password you use for FTP access, SSH access, and also for the web UI, and VNC. And these are the VNC port and the VNC display offset, which are two separate things, and we'll get to that later. For now, let's just quickly go into our web UI. This is the Lodge web UI. Let's quickly add a torrent to it. This looks nice. I'll just download the torrent file, and I'll add it. It's also an option to supply the URL, but some trackers don't support it. Just to be safe, it's always better to just download the torrent file. Alright, as you'll see, it will start downloading. Okay, so that's working. Next thing I want to try is setting up the Lodge locally. So let's start the Lodge up. I already downloaded it. If you do, be sure you get the same version that's running on our servers. Yeah, I'm currently using 1.2.1. That's the same we're using on the servers, but 1.3 is already out. We're not using it yet, but by the time you watch this, that may be the case, so make sure. Alright, first thing we need to do is disable the classic mode, and we get the connection manager. To make that work, I think we gotta restart it real quick. There's a more in-depth tutorial about doing this, so if I'm going too fast, you can just watch that screencast. Alright, we are on Demeter, and now we're getting the daemon port from your box details, your username, and the application password. And if all is well, this starts going green. Yeah, we can connect, and there's our torrent. So with a little bit of luck, we can now just download another one, and it's associated with the LUTch, and it will just edit right here. It will start downloading, and as you can see, it's also popping up on the web UI. Alright, let's take a little peek into VNC. That's Demeter.bytesizedhosting.com. Now normally I'm on OS X, so I'm not sure if I should use the display or the VNC port. I'm guessing the display port. Also bookmark to my yes. Alright, so here we are. This is the remote instance that's running on our servers. As you can see, it's got the LUTch set up as well, with the same stuff you see in our local version and the web UI. In the background is a small intro for you to read how you can restart certain things through the command line, and in here are some small utils you could use. Now we're not going to do that right now, but you can take a look when you're ready. Okay, so let's try setting up FileZilla. It's a very basic FTP client. It should work for most cases. If you are far away from the servers are located in Europe. If you're in the US, you might want to try another client that does multi-segmenting, because FileZilla only does multi-threading, and it can greatly improve your speeds. Yeah, what I did, I generated a config file, and I'm gonna import it to FileZilla now. So I'm going to File, Import. I'm going to find my downloads folder, select the bytesized.xml file, and it's imported. So now I have a connection right here, and I can start transferring the file I just got in. Too much stuff. And this should work. Right. So that's it. If you need support for anything, you can go to our ticket section and create a new ticket here explaining your problem. You can choose either a private ticket or a non-private ticket. Private tickets are most of the time used for payment issues and the likes, and public tickets for all other stuff. Yeah, we have a wiki as well, where you can find all sorts of how-tos and fixes for your problems you might have. We have a blog which sometimes we use to use for more advanced news pieces that don't fit in our news section. And I think that should be enough to get you started. So what are you waiting for? Get started.